Good morning, class 7. Lines and angle geometry. I have already explained about what are angles, how many kinds of angle, and here I would like to re-explain adjacent angle and linear pair. I have explained what are acute angles, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, complete angle, vertically opposite angle, adjacent angle, linear pair, supplementary angles, complementary angles. I suppose you must have gone through your book, but now you see these two angles. These two adjacent angles and linear pair. What do you observe? In the first figure, we observe there are three angles. How many angles are formed here? Three angles. Angle AOB, angle BOC, and the whole angle AOC. These two angles have one common side, and OC and OA are non-common. They are common nahi. So the angles which are formed at a point in which one is common arm, common side, and other two sides are non-common. So these angles are called adjacent angles. So adjacent angles mean the angles which have one common side and other two non-common sides. But the interiors of these two angles have no common. इन दोनों इंटीरियर्स का कोई भी पार्ट इसमें कॉमन नहीं, इसका सेपरेट, दिस इज सेपरेट. According to that definition, this is also adjacent angles because one is common arm OC and OA and OB are non-common, and no interiors of these two angles are common. But how can you say this is linear pair? This is not linear pair. In this linear pair, the important point is non-common arms OB and OA are just opposite rays. So this will be called linear pair. If you ask, sir, this is also adjacent angles? Yes, this is also adjacent angles. But the adjacent angles in which the non-common arm are opposite rays, and therefore this will be called linear pair. Here, non-common arm OA and OC are rays, but they are not opposite rays, and therefore this will be simply called adjacent angles, and this is called linear pair. Linear pair can be called adjacent angle, but adjacent angle will be called linear pair if non-common arms, non-common sides are opposite rays. And this is the difference. And complete angle. So now come to some question, and then you will try to solve 10.A. So I explain some question. Page number 163, page 163, exercise 10A. Question number 1. Find the angle of X. This is angle. Angle का definition हम बता देते हैं. नाम नहीं दिया, कुछ भी आप देख सकते हैं. A, B, C. This is the angle. This is angle 60 degree. And this angle is X. You have to find angle X is equal to 1. Okay. Reflex angle का definition हम बताए थे कि the angle whose measure is more than 180 but less than 360. That is called reflex angle. देखिए इसको समझने के लिए क्या करेंगे, इसको ये भी एक्सटेंड करेंगे घर में ही, तो ये 180 हो गया स्ट्रेट एंगल, एंड दिस विल बी एक्स्ट्रा, मोर देन 180 बट लेस देन 360। एक पॉइंट के जितने भी एंगल्स बनते हैं, all the angles fall at a point, the sum of all angles will be 360 degree. This is the whole angle. So you will, so इसका मतलब यहाँ दो एंगल बन रहा है, एंगल BAC एंड रिफ्लेक्स एंगल BAC। तो इसको सोल्यूशन ऐसा करेंगे, एंगल BAC प्लस रिफ्लेक्स, यहाँ रिफ्लेक्स लिखना जरूरी है, रिफ्लेक्स एंगल BAC, बिकॉज दोनों का नाम BAC ही है या CAB। तो ये दिया हुआ 60 डिग्री प्लस रिफ्लेक्स, और ये जो करके कितना आ जाएगा 360। द एंगल फॉर्म अराउंड ए पॉइंट दैट इज कॉल्ड कंप्लीट एंगल 360। तो रिफ्लेक्स एंगल BAC is equal to 360 degree. So reflex angle BAC is equal to, by transferring just like algebra, 60 will be this side, that will be minus 300. This is the answer. X is equal to 300. That's all. तो समझ गए इस क्वेश्चन में क्या था, रिफ्लेक्स एंगल निकालना है। तो रिफ्लेक्स एंगल अब ऐसे भी समझ सकते हैं, इसको यदि हम यहाँ से एक्सटेंड कर लें तो ये दिस प्लस दिस लीनियर पेयर है, 60 पे कितना आ जाएगा 180, और ये स्ट्रेट एंगल है तो 180 सॉरी 120 एंड 180 कितना होता है 300। तो ऐसे भी इसको निकाल सकते हैं, एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो दिस इज द मेथड। Now you see some more question I would like to explain. So now you see figure B में देखें, this is ray, another ray, and this is another ray. नाम चाहे तो इसको दे सकते हैं, whatever name you can give, P, Q और S। नाम देने से क्या है कि आपको दिखने में सुधा रहेगा। 70 डिग्री, this is 50 degree, and this is 160 degree, and this is X. You have to find the value of X. तो इसको भी अभी मैंने कहा, the angles form at a point, all the angles form around a point, the sum of all the angles will be 360 degree. तो एंगल POQ प्लस एंगल QOR सबको इस तरह से लिखेंगे, प्लस एंगल ROS प्लस एंगल POS जो कितना है X, कितना आ जाएगा 360। Now you put the value POQ 70 degree plus this is 50 degree and ROS 160 degree and this is X is equal to 360। इसको सम निकाल लीजिए, 0, 16, 5, 21, 7, 280 plus X is equal to 360। So X is equal to बिल्कुल सिंपल अलजेब्रा इक्वेशन, 360 minus 280 and this will be 100, sorry, and this will be 0, 80 degree. That's all. This is the answer in क्वेश्चन B। तो इसी तरह से आप सबों में आप निकाल सकते हैं, the sum of all angles at a point is, देखिए अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में देखिए क्वेश्चन समझा देते हैं, इसको आप बना लीजिएगा। एंड नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 का सेकंड देखिए, 3 this is PQ array, and this is another ray. This is R, this is S, and this is 6x, and this is 4x. So find the value of x. X का value निकालना है. Anything? What kind of angle form here? Here, angle form is linear pair because the angles have one common arm, RH, and RO, RQ, and RP are opposite rays, and therefore these are linear pair. And linear pair is equal to 180 degrees. So 6x plus 4x is equal to कितना आ जाएगा 180. Linear pair. This angle plus this angle is equal to 180. Now you use algebra and you will get the value of x. X is equal to यहाँ इंटू है अपॉन हो जाएगा. यहाँ माइनस नहीं होगा, प्लस रहता है माइनस होता है ट्रांसफर का नियम. X is equal to 18. This is the answer. तो इस तरह से आप बनाइएगा and then, but if you know the definition and if you know the difference between angles, so you can solve. So acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle आपको बता दिए थे, if a line intersects other line, so these two angles are vertically opposite angle, and these two are also vertically opposite angle. Two pair of vertically opposite angles, and vertically opposite angles are equal. So this definition you should learn by heart, and then it will be very easy to solve the question. So I would like to summarize what I have explained today. I have explained what is the difference between adjacent angles and linear pair. Adjacent angles, one common arm and non-common arm, and no interior parts are common. But vertically, yeah, linear pair हो जाएगा if the non-common are a straight line. So you will remember this question, very simple exercise, and you will solve. So that's all for today, and you will try to complete the exercise. Thank you. And